Well, good morning, everybody. I guess it's technically day 2 corn harvest. They showed a few loads off yesterday, like 4. I was chisel plowing, doing some other stuff. Decided to put the round bars in because he's having a hard time getting a clean sample out of this thing. I don't know why. Always seems to be a problem. And also broke his unload chain. So that's cool. Some other goofy things going wrong with it, but any hooters. Things aren't going great. I lost a tire last night about 11:30. Wheel bearing went out of the chisel, so we hate doing tillage, so got to fix that too. But currently, Laird's in town getting parts. Skylar and I are here cobbling things back together. See how it goes today.
Well, we're out here on the 7th of October, taking some headlands off this field of corn, seeing what the moisture's at. I think it's a little wetter than we want it to be, but I'm gonna get this field a little opened up at least, and when it is a little drier, we can just come in and knock it out real fast. I don't know. Guess that's what we're up to. Not a whole lot. I'm pretty full here, and it's a little too wet. We're gonna quit for the day. It's kind of how you can tell by how it's piling up in the cart. If it was dry, it'd be pretty flat. It wouldn't pile up so much. So that last load was over 21%.
Dump this load going and take the red truck empty home.
Well, the corn's too wet, I guess. Might as well go spread some fertilizer. So that's where I'm going now. Spreading out. Took quite a while to get down here. The fertilizer plant was having some issues, so it's quite a bit later, but going pretty good now. Got 3/4 of a mile long rounds on this side of the field. Too bad there isn't more of them. It's kind of a weird L-shaped field around the slough, but these long rounds are fun anyway. Just about finished up down here. Just kind of spreading a little bit that I got left over the hilltop here. Sure can't see very much with these headlights, especially with these screens shining in my eyes. Well, I'm getting her done. Going pretty good. Didn't really have any trouble down here. Just trying to not get stuck in the mud when I can't see where the mud is. And there we are back in the shed for the night. Call her a day.
Well, good morning, everybody. It's October 9th, and I believe it's Thursday, so I'll catch you up on the week. We finished up sunflowers last Friday. You'll probably see that video before this one. Anyways, it's now October 9th. I'd say that yesterday, October 8th, was the official first day of corn harvest. We really got rolling yesterday. Monday and Tuesday, Laird and Skylar poked around with the 8250, trying to find dry corn. And I think maybe Tuesday, Dylan was involved in some of that. I've been chisel plowing, we've been spreading fertilizer, doing stuff like that, so I've been trying to kind of get some of that stuff done while we found dry corn. Yesterday I borrowed my combine, the 8120 out to a guy who had some sunflower hours to combine, and it took a little longer than it should have. So, like, a lot longer than it should have, but it is what it is. It is what it is. That's what you do, you know. Try to help these guys out a little bit. He's just kind of getting into the game, trying to get his foot in the door, trying to start farming. So I helped him a little bit this spring with some seed plates for his planter, and then told him that if he could find a truck, he could use my combine. Anyways, I didn't get to the cornfield with the 8120 until 3:30, 4 o'clock, somewhere in there. So they were sitting around waiting on me kind of all day long. They got a lot done without me. And I got there and immediately ran my tailings drive belt, or it's actually there's two belts on the left and right hand side, and it drives the shaker pan and all that stuff for the sieves. It drives the tailings paddle and all that shit. And it's the housing. Anyways, the housing cracked out, and I'll show you this when the sun comes up. The housing cracked out. There's this collar that bolts onto the combine. Cracked out, slid off, ran the belt off, all this nonsense. Anyways, tried to kind of cobble it together improperly the first time. I think I combined 2 hoppers. Belt fell off again. So last night we spent a couple of hours, Marcel and I. So my business partner from Eggland Technologies, Marcel, is here as well. We're doing some R&D. We're talking to some customers yesterday. That's kind of what I did this yesterday morning. And I got that GF control system in the 8120. So we're like working on some of that, seeing how good it runs down the corn row, and I'll show you that, how good it is today. Cross your fingers for maybe one day this week we can have no breakdowns. Anyways, Marcel and I, and then Skylar and Dylan, everybody else showed up last night in the shop too. But a couple of hours kind of refabbing that thing, and I think we got it fixed properly now. I think it's going to hang on for dear life, at least through corn. But I got to get, it's like $4,800 just for the housing. So I got to get, I got to actually get, like, I got to properly fix it. That's what I'm sorry. I'm a little tired. I'm sorry. I'm trying to gather all my thoughts up here. But it's a disaster. It's a disaster. You got to take all the shafts out. And if you're in there, you might as well put new bearings in the whole thing. Put a new paddle in there. Just all kinds of happy horse shit. And it's expensive. It's going to be like a $10,000 deal. But anyways, high hour 8120. It needs to be done. You know, I need to get it done. So, any hooters. With all that being said, I got a couple sensors that are acting up. I'm going to try to fix those this morning, and then I don't think we have much for truck drivers till maybe like 10 o'clock this morning, so it's going to be a bit of a slow start again, which is okay, because as per usual I got shit to fix. Oh, and I got to bolt my end snout back on. That bolts fell out of that thing yesterday on the sunflower job, so thankfully it's not bent like last year. Some bonehead bent it. He's talking to you right now. All right, I'll pick you up later. Well, we are out here doing it. Shelling some corn. I got my combine fixed, I think. This is tiled. The yield on it's pretty dismal. So for us, it's not very good corn. Some places it would be phenomenal corn, but not here. Well, I don't know. It's not a complete crop failure, but it's sure not gonna pay any bills, you know. So we're sorry we're doing it for Dale. Both machines going. Pretty good sample coming in. We got a bunch of candy bars. Because I didn't have no breakfast. And I didn't bring no dinner. So I'm gonna eat a little too much candy, and then I'm gonna give myself heartburn. So we're GF controlling. As you can see, it's working just fine in this corn. So we're gonna make a little video about it. Alright, there we go. Should have just been patient and not nudged it over, because it was doing just fine on its own. So it's going to be nearly impossible to, like, either without like some sort of previous planner map to follow or a row feeler, to really do like a perfect job staying on the row. But for a $7,500 RTK steering system add-on to boot, it does a really good job, in my opinion. So I likes it a lot. The other problem is my planter drags out here a little bit, so it gets off on that too. There we go. Because it is a bit of a hill, bit of a slope. Alright, I was getting a few leaves in my sample there, but we're doing better now. Skittles. Alright, I'll pick you up if something interesting happens. Got some dinner, I haven't had time to eat yet. It's actually a little too hot. Getting her done. see if he'll dump me one more time. Or ground out. This corn, this is probably some of our better corn. I mean, it's okay, but that, I'm not going to talk about it because I think I already did, so I'll shut up.
Trying to run around and keep both of these combines moving. Not too bad on this field. The corn kind of got a little too wet for a little too long. It's not great, but it's kind of fun. Keeps you busier than just following one around, that's for sure.
Well, thankfully, we have a truck broke down like 30 miles away. We're gonna move up north to Bradley, so I mean, thankfully the truck is empty. I guess we'll call that a win, but it still kind of sucks because now we gotta go tend to that. I don't know what's wrong with it. If I was a betting man, I'd say the ECM or ECU's fucking banged, because that's seems to be the trend with this thing. Every like 3 years it goes out, so awesome. think we're gonna fill the cart and call it a day. There's quite a height difference here, you can tell. So this is a channel hybrid, that's a decal hybrid. That's a 93 something channel, and that's a 4155 decal, bit shorter stuff. Which has always been a really good corn for me. But this year I planted it in strip till and it absolutely fell on its face. Especially this channel is 40 bushel better corn. It's got more plants, it's got better, so it's got better stands, it's got more ears, hence the yield increase or whatever. But I don't know, I just can't believe that decal fell apart on me so bad. I'm a big Bayer guy, a big decal guy, which channel is Bayer, but I love decal, man. I've had such, decal has really raised our yields on this farm. But I guess so far it has not been a year for decal. It's been channel has been winning. So, which is hard to believe. But it is. I'm glad I planted some. That's why I planted 11 hybrids this year. So you gotta know what you gotta know. You know, every year is kind of a big test plow for me. But I need to dump real bad. Skyler! Forgive me, fella. Skyler's like the ultimate grain cart driver, man. He can back up, go forward, whatever you want him to do, he'll do it. The best in the land.
Well, the short stuff is doing 185, the tall stuff is doing 225.
There you go. You heard it. My yield monitor is not working, so yeah, 10.4.